Welcome to Eternal Manna, the daily devotional broadcast of Grace Gospel Church. Psalm 74, and today we turn our attention to verse 7. We are going through this psalm verse by verse, and we gave it a title, Praying in the Midst of Ruins. They burned your sanctuary to the ground, they defiled the dwelling place of your name. How in great detail the psalmist is spelling out the activities of the Babylonian army. They came, they conquered, they set their eyes on the temple. Meticulously, they went about cutting and chopping and all the paneling, taking as much gold as they possibly could, the gold to fill their pockets. And now we are told that they burned God's sanctuary. Now again, there is a passage I would want to encourage you to read to understand the gravity of what had taken place. The historical account of the sanctuary being burned is given to us in 2 Kings chapter 25. So I would encourage you to read that chapter sometime today. 2 Kings chapter 25. But I want to read verses 9 and 10. On the 7th day of the 5th month, in the 19th year of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, Nebuzaradan, commander of the imperial guard, an official of the king of Babylon, came to Jerusalem. He set fire to the temple of the Lord, the royal palace, and all the houses of Jerusalem. Can you see how complete this act of destruction was? There are 3 areas that came under fire: the temple, the royal palace where the king lived, and all the houses of Jerusalem. And that primarily would be where the affluent people would live, the nobility would live. Now, Jeremiah, writing about this same destruction, Lamentations chapter 2 and verse 2 said, "Without pity, the Lord has swallowed up all the dwellings of Jacob. In his wrath, he has torn down the strongholds of the daughter of Judah. He has brought her kingdom and its princes down to the ground in dishonor." We find that Jeremiah is giving us greater explanation. He goes beyond the acts of the Babylonian army to a greater reality that it was God who was responsible. In an earlier devotion, we mentioned that God was acting in judgment upon his people. And Jeremiah says God is acting without showing any mercy. And he has swallowed up the temple and the palace and the dwelling places of the people. Now, Ezekiel, writing about this, mentions in Ezekiel 7:24, "I will bring the most wicked of the nations to take possession of their houses. I will put an end to the pride of the mighty, and these sanctuaries will be desecrated." So Ezekiel gives us even further light as to what the Babylonians would do. They are called the most wicked of the nations. God is going to use them to bring about discipline upon his people. And God was going to put an end to the pride of the people. God is humbling them. God is humbling them. And this is something that we would all do well to notice, that we should never operate in pride. We must always learn to walk humbly with our God. Amen.